What's up, coders? Welcome to another CODEX review. This is going to be a little bit different. Like we've been saying in the previous, episode, I'm going to be more into the reviews other than Dan and everybody else. And to make sure that happens, I brought Precious with me. So she's going to be doing reviews with me and hopefully some on her own here sometime soon. So without further ado, let's jump into this issue. What are we reviewing today, honey?
So we're going to be reviewing If You Find This, I'm Already Dead.
Yes, and that is from Dark Horse. And credits, because someone doesn't know how to pronounce names. Writing goes to Matt Kent. Art is Dan McDade. Colors, Bill Crabtree. And letters, Jim Campbell. Now, again, this is from Dark Horse Comics. You actually found this and picked it right off the shelf, and they're like, we're doing this. So I figured it'd be a good issue. Now, the reason I'm saying our review is going to be a little bit different is because we're going to review the first issue, then we're going to review the last issue, and everything as a whole in between, and give our final overall rating on it. We'll give the rating for this one, and then the last one we'll do a full overall story. But I guess I can kind of kick this off with what the story is about. So essentially, in this, there is an anomaly in our solar system, and we enter it to find another habitable world that we deem Terminus. Not much is really said, but there is a lot of action going on over there. We don't know who the villain is at the beginning or anything like that. We get to meet a crew that's been serving over there, fighting a war that no one really knows what's going on at that time. So they send a reporter over with a whole crew of soldiers that have done, I think it was 3 tours there, named Robin Reed.
5.
5 tours?
I'm pretty sure it was 5.
I think it was 3. But we're going with many tours. So they go over there, and as they're talking about it, you get a whole list of different characters that are going, over with soldier-wise. And to me, I got to say that it's kind of not what you would expect. We get into Terminus, and as soon as they say, hey, the landing zone here where we're going to be is completely safe, total chaos. Everybody dies. Except for Robin and another soldier, which his name is Gil, if I'm not mistaken. But then we find out they're getting killed by these aliens that we do not even know what type of alien it is, what their name is, what their breed is, whatever species. There's just anarchy and devastation. One of the soldiers is leaning over there with his intestines hanging out, basically saying, like, where are my shoes? And I thought that was the funniest thing is, like, did I leave the oven on? But he's like, where are my shoes? And he's holding up all of his intestines. But leading on into the story, it's basically just Robin surviving with Gil up until the end, where Gil's like, don't worry, you're going to be safe, and has his head bashed in by a sword or cut through. One of the two. It just, the gore alone in this is just extreme, I would say. Is that the right word? Extreme?
Yeah.
Gortacious?
Yeah.
Is that a word? I don't know. But this is a very quick read. And it, like, from what we showed you, it is magazine size. So it's been on the pricier side at $7.99. So for you, what do you think so far? Like, for the writing and the art, like, you can start on either one, and we can argue about it as much as we want.
So for the art, I liked the art itself, but I didn't like the feeling of the pages. Like, I liked the glossiness of the comic book, but I didn't like this one because it was more of
felt like construction paper trying to read it.
Yes, it did. And I didn't like that. It wasn't an enjoyable feel for me.
Yeah, it kind of, like, I don't know, it took away from the art itself.
Yeah.
Like, you were kind of like, these pages feel like they're I standard for Dark Horse with their pages, but it just didn't feel, it just felt like thick pages that just felt rough. And it really took that shine away, I think, from the colors aspect of it, because everything looked dull.
Mm-hmm.
Would you give it as a rating for art then?
For art, I did a 6.9.
Yeah, you went with 6.9. All right, how about the writing then?
I thought it was good, but I didn't like that. I mean, okay, it was a good twist to give a lot of information about all the different characters and then to kill him off within like the first few pages. But I didn't like that at the end of the book, they killed the only other person with her because everyone else in that realm doesn't speak English.
Yeah, there's no
So
real
it's
humanity
so
to this
like,
book besides
who
Robin
is
at
she
that
gonna
point.
communicate with?
Yeah.
Like, are we just gonna get her thoughts on what's going on and what she finds? Like, I feel like they could build the story a lot better if she had at least one other character with her.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go on my art first because I want to argue with the writing on that one. For the art, I agree. Like the pages, they felt like I said, construction paper. It just and it was just dull. Like the colorists I've looked up, phenomenal. But on this paper, it just did not work for me. I'm kind of where you're at. I'm at least a solid 7 on the art itself. As for the writing, though, I thought that was the one of the best twists you could do is just be like, these guys did this. He had 3 tours here, 5 tours here. This guy he does explosives. Do we need to explain more about him? And then literally a page turnover and everybody's dead. Felt like, what was that? Remember Deadpool when they introduced X Force and everyone was so happy that the X Force was going to be in there and they died in the first like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah. Okay. That was a good thing. But like this, what are they gonna like? They're just gonna show things. She can't communicate with anyone.
Yeah.
Like.
But I think that's where I get to with the writing on that part is that we don't know what's going to happen in the next one because yeah, you're right. There's no communication, but I think that drives the story a little bit more for me because of the fact that you're sitting there and you're like, what does she do?
Okay, but why didn't they just capture him? Like that would have been cooler.
Because
like,
he had a sword through his head, and that looks so much betterness.
Yeah,
of a visual.
but that's the art. That's not the writing.
But that's how they killed him off. But I'm saying though, like they killed him, and then now it's just her alone by herself trying to survive on a place that she knows nothing of. Like no one ever was able to, from what they said, no one was ever able to report there at all. So for me, I'm going with my writing. I'm going with a solid 8, which brings my overall to a 7.5. And then you gave, what was it, art 6.9?
And the writing is 7.
And a writing 7, so 6.95. All right. So overall, I think if you want to take a chance on a book, definitely try it out. The first issue, maybe wait for the first 2 to come out to get a better idea. I'm invested because now I want to know how she accomplishes anything. Like it's like the movie Predator. Like it's just straight survival because you can't communicate with these things unless there's a certain way. Like the aliens were trying to help them at one point, and that was about it.
Yeah, but like that's all you're gonna get.
Yeah, but we don't know that. That's the point. Like we don't know, and it's just I think that's what drives me at least to be like, all right, I want to see what happens in issue 2. I know that might deter you a little bit, but what do you think? Would you recommend this for somebody if they were just giving a new comic a shot that isn't the big 2, Marvel and DC?
No, I recommend it. I mean, it's always great to try something new. It really caught my eye, the cover, because that's just like, that's a cover, like, you see the title and to me, I wanted to read it right away.
You probably could have how short the read is.
Yeah.
Like it's not that long of a read at that price point, though. I feel like maybe we were a little cheated out of how much we spent on it.
Yeah.
I mean, at $7.99, it is a hefty price point for such little content. I
finished it in like 5 minutes.
It was about it was probably about a 5 to 10 minute read.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
It was very short.
No, not at all. But like I said, overall for me, I think that I can't wait for the next issue. I just am going into it with more of kid gloves, where it's like, all right, they can do this one of 2 ways. They can either do it amazing, or they can really the bed and not do a good job at all.
Yeah, they could do a great job. This could be like a great storyline, but it depends on how they do it.
which I do like Matt Kent because he did that Berserker series. I don't think you read that one, but it's the one with Keanu Reeves. That was co-writer on it, if I'm not mistaken. But he did a great job on that, and his gore scenes are always great. But yeah, I can't wait. I want to see what they do next and where we can lead on from there, because you really don't have much in this issue to lead on to. It leaves nothing to imagination. You can come up with your own scheme, but we don't know. So, but I think that about wraps this one up.
Yeah.
Unless you got any final thoughts. And we're wrapping that one up for today. But guys, as always, thank you again for tuning in. If you like this kind of content, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, let your friends know. And we both will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. We're not using a blooper reel this time, Tim. Just letting you know. All right. 3, 2, 1. Tim, I'm hoping you're ready for this one. We're reviewing, so I will make this easy.
Yeah.
I'll explain it so Tim understands it too. So I'll lead in with normal opener.
Yeah.
And then you can tell everyone, be like, and I'll ask you what we're doing. You can tell them we're reviewing this.
Okay.
You gotta say what it is though. You can't just be like, we're reviewing this, and then not say what it is. But we're review.
I can't say the artist or the writer, but okay.
I'll do that.
Okay.
You hand it over to me.
Perfect.
And then we'll kind of give a description of what it is.
Yeah.
And then we'll go into our breakdown of our rating and why we rated it that way. And then if we're ready for the next issue or not. But we're going to read it anyways. All the way through. So.
Obviously.
Okay. There you go. All right. Same thing, Tim. 3, 2, 1. What's up, coders? Welcome to another CODEX review. Totally different than normal ones. You usually see Dan on these, but like I said, we're going to start being more into these, and I need to, get better at it. So I brought Precious. And now she's going to be doing reviews with me as well. So sit back, relax. Let's get this review going. And why don't you tell them what we're reviewing today?
We're going to pause.
No.
And we're going to reset.
Oh, we're going to do it?
Because doesn't he want the camera down more? Because
I brought it down more.
Okay, I just want to make sure. That's all I want to make sure.
Here. We'll redo it again. I feel I look fat.
I'm just trying to make Tim happy.
What about me?
You're fine.
Ow. Don't hit me with the book.
You
It'll
look
damage.
great.
Fat panda.
Oh my god.
Okay. So let's do it again.
Yep.
Because I thought I killed it in that intro, but
I'm sorry.
So in 3, 2, 1. What's up, coders? Welcome to another CODEX review. Yeah, fuck. See, I just did that up again. Okay. One more time, Tim, because I did it great the first time. All right. 3, 2, 1. What's up, coders? Welcome to another CODEX review. Maybe a little bit different because of the fact that you're used to seeing Dan and everybody else doing them, but I wanted to jump in more, and Precious wanted to be on review. God, fuck me running. God, shit. Balls.